सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we carry on with today's video, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. We are seeing the Mahabharata series. In our previous episode, we saw how Krishna killed Kamsa and made Ugrasena the king of Mathura. Now, Krishna's story on one side, the Kauravas and Pandavas story keep continuing on the other side in Hastinapur. I think before 5 to 6 episodes, we would have seen as to how the Pandavas and Kauravas were born. And then we came to Krishna, and now we're going back, and somewhere along both the stories will continue together from now on. Pandu had a curse and he eventually died. Along with him, Madri also died. So now Kunti was the only one who was alive to take care of all the 5 children. 3 of them were her children and 2 of them were Madri's children. The twins Nakula and Sahadeva were Madri's kids, while Yudhishthira, Bhima and Arjuna were her own. So now all the 5 Pandavas were her responsibility. Since Pandu was living in the forest, the children were also born in the forest, and for some period of time they also lived there. But on the death of Pandu, on the advice of sage Vyasa, Kunti decided to take the kids and raise them in Hastinapur with the help of Bhishma. So she took the kids to Hastinapur. Until then, Duryodhana, the eldest son of Dhritarashtra, thought himself to be the next king and pictured himself as the supreme authority of the throne. But now, since the Pandavas came and Yudhishthira was elder to him, he was threatened. He was scared that he was going to lose the throne. So this jealousy on one side, he was so envious of the Pandavas that he always felt very jealous and insecure about them and thought of various ways to win over them and did not look at them as brothers or cousins. Instead started looking upon them as enemies. You know, when Gandhari was pregnant, she had this envy and jealousy that Kunti had given birth before her, even though she was pregnant first. So that envious nature of the mother was carried on to the womb, to the fetus, to the child that was being born, Duryodhana. So he always felt very, very jealous of the Pandavas and thought of various ways of destroying them and keeping them separate so that he could be the sole authority of the throne. In fact, there were many incidents where he actually tried to kill Bhima because Bhima was the strongest among them all and Bhima used to protect all the 5 brothers like no one else did. So one day, Duryodhana called upon all the 5 Pandavas, invited them for lunch, threw in huge amount of poison into Bhima's food, served the food, which Bhima eventually ate, and then took him to a river. Bhima started feeling dizzy because of the poison that was in the food. He became unconscious. Once he was unconscious, he tied his body with rope, threw him into the river and came back. Thankfully, by the grace of the Lord, Bhima, as soon as fell into the river, went into the world of the Nagas, and the snakes from the world of Nagas started biting him. The snake poison kind of balanced out the poison that was present in the food and eventually did not affect Bhima's body. It neutralized it and Bhima came back to life. Once he came back to life, he realized that his hands were tied, he released them and he started fighting the snakes that came across. Now the snakes were worried that they were being attacked and they went to the king of snakes, that is Vasuki, and asked him for help. Vasuki came and saw what was happening and he knew the entire story behind as to who Bhima was and what had happened. He had a liquid and on the consumption of that particular liquid, Bhima would be the most powerful man in the world. So eventually Bhima took that liquid, which strengthened him 100 times more. Now all the other Pandavas and Kauravas have returned back home, but Bhima is missing. So maybe Yudhishthira Yudhishthira thought that Bhima would have gone ahead in the front. Duryodhana was happy that his plan had worked out and that Bhima did not arrive with them. As soon as they arrived to the palace, Yudhishthira went and asked his mother Kunti if Bhima had already arrived. Now Kunti was very worried that one of her sons were missing. So she went to Bhishma and Vidura and told them that her son was missing. But Bhishma and Vidura both consoled Kunti and reassured her that Bhima would be alright and would come back in time. Eventually Bhima was free and he gained consciousness, he fought with the snakes and he came back to the palace. He came back to Hastinapur and narrated everything that had happened to Kunti and his brothers. On the advice of Yudhishthira, everybody decided that they would stay silent and not utter a word about this and that they knew Duryodhana's plan. But of course, they had to be cautious and careful so that such incidents don't keep repeating itself. The Pandavas were very cautious and they were very careful. One more such incident occurred, but Yuyutsu, brother of Duryodhana, warned Bhima about this and eventually they escaped. But Duryodhana was very, very firm that somehow he would take revenge, he would kill the Pandavas and make himself the sole authority of the throne. The Pandavas and Kauravas both learnt all the Astra Shastras, the Vedas, and the physical activities such as wrestling, archery under Dronacharya and Shukracharya. Kripacharya, oh shit. Under Dronacharya and Kripacharya. Arjuna was excellent in archery, whereas Yudhishthira was excellent in Shastras and Vedas. Bhima was extremely good in wrestling. Duryodhana was also equally good in wrestling and good with the mace. Bhima and Duryodhana were very, very good in mace. Whereas Arjuna had a brilliant target. His eyes were extremely sharp and there was no one to beat Arjuna in archery. They were all properly trained princes in Vedas, Shastras, in the warfare and every other field that a prince was supposed to know. So this was the childhood of the Kauravas and Pandavas. In our next episode, we will see about Dronacharya. If you like this video, then don't forget to press the like button, comment below, tell me how you like the video and do share the video with all your family and friends. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Until I see you next time, be good, do good always. Thank you. Bye.